Hey
All right.
Paul, how's it going?
Good. Sean, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
It's good
Oh.
to see your face again. I feel like it's been a while.
It's been like 2, 3 weeks, I think. We moved last weekend, and so I paused our call because we were like in complete chaos packing the house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then last week we didn't have internet at my parents' house, and we just got it resolved today. So it was like a good 6 days of no internet.
This is a common thing that people are experiencing right now. Like they're taking on renovations and landscaping and internet issues from home. Like this is the new normal.
It does seem that way. It's like everybody's, I'm sure, had Bell and Rogers must be like up to their eyeballs in calls for like increase my Wi-Fi speed or those Bell. We got like the pods to create the mesh around the house. Like they're a godsend. Like we've got them all over the house now. It makes a huge difference.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So how
Okay.
about you? What's going on with you?
Busy way just working. Like the summer is becoming our new spring market. So
Yeah.
we're kind of busy working away right now.
Yeah, I felt the same thing. Like we've got a ton of people like have been doing pre-approvals. Everybody that paused over the last 2, 3 months, I'm all of a sudden hearing calls from them again. Like they're ready to buy, they're ready to go. So it's going to be busy. The problem is there's not going to be enough. There's not going to be enough supply. You know, we've got all these people that want to buy, but hardly anybody has enough. Hardly anybody's selling right now. We need more sales to come. Have you noticed like an influx at all, like a decrease? What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen an increase on both ends, both listings and buyers, but buyer side's been more frantic. I think buyers are more, I mean, in terms of number of sales, but buyers are actually coming out and seeing properties more because it's more accessible for them. Whereas listing, actually bringing people into your house, finding an alternative rental right now, or just trying to be clear house for showings, is a lot more work, and so people aren't taking on listing their house right now.
Yeah, I've seen the same thing. I totally agree. Like I've got clients that have made, they're bidding in the like the 800 range and there's like 20 other offers or there's 10 other offers and there's not enough supply in that market in that price point specifically.
I
So
can
we'll
relate
see.
I can relate back to the practicality of the conversation we had at the start here, where it's like how difficult it is for you with young kids, right, to move out of your house to get it ready for something. It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
and especially with the kids on at school right now, working from home. People are like, I can't take it on right now. So sellers are so reluctant to get their house out there, even though
Yeah.
it's a great time. I'm
It's a
telling you, like,
great
look,
time.
Mr.
Yeah.
Home, it's so hot right now. They're like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what am I going to do with my kids at home and working and managing to do showings. So I think
Yeah.
that's what we're going to see going forward is just a lack of inventory.
Well, like buying seems more like a weekend activity. It's like, yeah, you want to go look at houses this weekend? Yeah, sure. Let's call Paul and we'll go see a couple of houses. Like, you can just kind of do it on a whim, where like selling is a whole other issue.
Yeah, it really is like a Thursday evenings, Friday evening, Saturday type of deal. Like
Yeah.
people have no problem. Like, hey, what am I going to fill? Oh, I'm going to see a few houses before I go out. But they're ramping at the end of the week, eager to see houses, and they're okay with it. It's
Yeah.
easy for them. Maybe the kids are now can get out. The kids are comfortable coming to the houses. So again, the dynamic is very different than when you're a seller. But I also want to talk a little bit the condo market and the housing market. I brought some
Yeah. What are you
slides.
seeing? Yeah. Let's see it.
Yeah,
Well, I think I got to give you the ability to share again, don't I?
let's see. Yeah.
Can you do it?
It says disabled.
Oh, all right. Well, you can't do it then. I'm just kidding.
I'll draw pictures for you.
Yeah. Do you have your pictures ready to go?
I have them ready to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
whenever.
Okay. You're drawing the pictures out for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. It's working now.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into play here. Okay, so I've been kind of posting this for the last 2 weeks because I've been noticing a divergent trend between the housing market and the condo market. So I'll kind of highlight some of the difference here as we go through. So first off, this is the housing new listings. So as you can see, the green line represents 2020, and we're on our way back up almost to, or you can see the levels that we were for the last 2 years. So I mean, you can see a whole drop in the number of listings for during COVID, but again, we're almost functioning at regular time levels for this time of the year. Now going forward, we're going to see a little bit of a shift happening. I was going to point this out towards the end, but really the summer for the previous markets about to kick off. You know, summer market's usually slower than the spring market. So after July 1st, it's basically summer market. And we'll see how I think we're going to see this market act a bit like spring market, even though it's summertime. And this is the housing number of sales. Again, same thing, number of home sales almost reaching the same levels as 2018 and 2019. So what does that equate to? Well, we're seeing, you know, at least 49% above asking properties. So again, properties that are listed, 49% of them are selling above that asking price. And the average price for a house in Toronto, 1.45.
Is that a detached property? That's not all properties.
That's
types.
all
That's
properties, all types that are not condos in the Toronto.
Not condos. Okay.
Not condos. So that's the average price for a home in Toronto right now. And it's
Wow.
and again, the hot properties in certain neighborhoods are even hotter, with majority of them going above asking. But on average across the whole city, 49% of them are going above asking.
Now, is that because there's a lot of activity and a lot of people are making offers? Is that also part of you know, slick marketing, where they're putting a lower price, where they'll then, you know, they're asking for offers, or is it a combination of those two things?
It's the strategy of holding back offers for 1 week, so that where you underlist the property to generate a lot of traffic through, with the purpose of having a bid date within 7 days. So people have to come and offer on one time. And it's, you know, the above asking price is just indicating that we're back to a very competitive market. When it's not as competitive, that number of over asking goes down.
Right.
Right. So it's more amplitude of the competitiveness rather than the value.
Yeah. Or a realtor pricing, or all the realtors pricing them low and then getting multiple offers or something. It's just more an indication about how busy the market is right now.
Like how competitive we're seeing, how many people are making offers. And if we're seeing lots of properties, we're seeing lots of offers, and we're going to continue employing that strategy.
Yeah, I'm seeing also like low, like days on market for some properties are like one, where I mean, you tell me what you're seeing, but I think that they're saying they're holding back offers till Tuesday or something, but then they'll accept a bully offer, or they'll accept an offer, even though it says holding back offers. Are you finding that same thing, or are people typically holding back offers and sticking to their guns?
That is really, I mean, it's always a house specific or markets, like, you know, neighborhood specific thing. But like obviously in your neighborhood, my neighborhood, I'm absolutely seeing like one day market bully offers come in, and them being quite aggressive and strong to the point where sellers are saying, yeah, we'll take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely, and it really is market specific in terms of the neighborhood.
Right.
Right. Now, here's what we're seeing for listing to sales ratios. Again, remember we were talking about the balance versus sellers market. Well, we're on our way back up to that balance to sellers market. Even though the number of sales don't indicate it compared to the number of listings, it's competitive out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that's just highlighted there. Now, condos are a different story. So the number of condo listings are really going up. So new condos hitting the market are above pre-COVID levels, and are even above levels of 2018 and 2019. So we're seeing listings right now just really take off.
A lot of listings. Okay.
Yeah,
because we really had a big dip in condos. I felt like out of all the markets, the condos were really affected because people weren't allowed in the buildings.
Yep.
Is this like the recovery of those, like the flow of properties into the market now?
I mean, I think it's twofold. I think we're going to have, yes, more condos that were holding off from their previous time. Also, there are more, you know, as rents have come down by about 10% in Toronto, anywhere 15% in Ontario, we're seeing more people list their condo for sale. So we're also, you know, another wave of condos come in that are, you know, not interested in re-renting the property out, but actually selling them at this time.
Right. So those people that were doing Airbnbs, they're like, I've had enough of this, and they'll sell them. You think that's part of it?
Yeah, like I don't know. We don't have exact numbers on who's selling what, how many investors are pulling out, if they're just Airbnb rentals, but there are definitely an increased number of condos coming to the market.
Okay.
Yeah. Sean, hold on a second. driving me nuts. I want to actually kill that to background sound, but we'll edit all that out. All right.
That's what's behind that door. I've been wondering what is in that closet,
Yeah.
and you've revealed something for all of your fans that have been wondering what's in that closet.
You don't want to know what's in the other closet.
Now they know.
No, okay, so here's condo sales. And as you can see, even though inventory has really increased over the last few weeks, sales have not reached the pre-COVID levels or even levels above 2018, 2019. Right? So this is more indication that we're heading into a buyer's market. And that's what we're seeing for condos, is that they're kind of shifting towards a ratio of buyer market territory. But the only thing that I'm finding unusual of this is really that Toronto condos week 25, you see here, there is still a percentage, 34% above asking. So there's still multiple offers for condos. Even though we're seeing less of them sell compared to previous years, there are a portion of those selling above asking. I would compare those ones here. So I broke it down. Here's what we saw in April for smaller condos. So anything that is 0 to 500 square feet, 500. So I broke it down in terms of the size of the unit. In April, year over year, we're up about on average 7%. And I did the same thing for May, and the average is 8% above. So the smaller units are still really selling. Right? Where the bigger ones, I think, are coming down in price or taking a little bit longer. But overall,
but still up year over year. I mean, I think a lot of people were anticipating that there would be these price increases or like a price drop, that we're going to have all these people who can't pay their mortgage, and that's all of a sudden going to be like more affordable condos. And to me, if we're not seeing it in this price category, kind of your entry level condos, your smaller type condos, you're not seeing a real decrease year over year in prices. I'm not sure when you're going to see it. Is it in the fall all of a sudden that's going to happen, when maybe some of those CERB payments will end? We're now talking September for that to end. I don't personally see it. I mean, it's not indicated here, but what are your feelings?
My feelings that condo represent a very affordable price point to get in. And so the buyers that are coming to me for buying these condos right now, the ones that have come in, the ones that I'm selling that are flying off, are first-time home buyers. And they're not as affected by their job. A lot of them have kept their positions and are just working from home. They're one of the least affected demographics right now for unemployment. And I think they are not spending money eating out. Of the millennials I've been talking to, they're not, all their vacations were canceled. They got money back. So their spending's gone way down, and they're looking to invest it somewhere, and they're choosing real estate. They're not really at the point where they're buying cottages or putting in hot tubs and pools like the kind of older demographics, but these younger demographics are saying, hey, I got some money now. I think I'm going to put it towards my condo because, I don't want to rent anymore, or I don't want to be at home. So I'm seeing a real push from first-time home buyers for condos.
Right. And that's what's going to keep, and I think that's what's going to keep the market afloat. Those people that are able to buy, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but the jobs that are most affected by COVID, 3 out of the 5 lowest ones are the most affected by COVID. So in terms of like the job categories, so restaurants, service industry, tourism, hospitality, they're actually also the lowest demographic to have home ownership as well. And they're even less likely to have a mortgage. So to think that those people are then going to have to sell, which they might have to, but it's not going to create this sudden flood of properties onto the market, which would be required in order for prices to decrease.
That's right. Yeah, 100%. Like, I think I was reading similar statistics that those 3 professions were the least ownership of homes, and they're the most affected by COVID. And so that's had a little impact on the real estate market and the buying and selling.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, the last one I want to touch upon is, summer is the new spring. I think you're feeling it. You mentioned, right? Interest rates are incredibly low right now, and pre-approvals are on the rise. So it really looks like we're heading into a spring market when usually we're shutting down and going on summer vacations.
Yeah. And we'll see. I mean, I think in order for this to continue to be a spring market, like an extended spring market, we'll need those listings to come to market. So if we have enough of those properties all of a sudden available, then I think we'll see a continuation. But as you were saying before, it's a lot harder for people to sell. If they're maybe taking vacation or going to a cottage, or they're just not in that mode of selling, I don't think we're going to see a continued hot spring market. And we'll just have that gap in the potential of what 2020 could have been in terms of number of sales and what the actual might be. But I can see us taking a break through the summer, and people obviously losing their minds that oh my God, we're not going to have a spring market, but then the fall being twice as competitive. And we'll see those listings come as people get maybe more prepared to list their properties. So I can see it going one or two ways. We'll have a lot of listings, or we won't, and those will all come into the fall.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years, and usually July, as soon as the school year ends, is when I guess it's my summer vacation. When people kind of check out, they go to cottages, they're going away on vacation, they have all this stuff planned for the summer, and it gets quiet. So people stop listing their house, buyers go away, and I touch base back, towards mid-August to the start of September. But this year, again, with everything slow to open up, I'm curious to see how many buyers will be around and continue shopping, because, I mean, cottage countries are starting to open, but I don't think at the same rate they are usually.
Yeah, no, and those, services, the vacation places aren't maybe as full open, or maybe people aren't as comfortable going away. So I still think there's going to be a ton of demand. I think there's going to be lots of people that are interested in buying, and we'll have a probably busier summer market than we typically do, but I'm not sure it's going to be like a crazy April. I think that ship has sailed, but I can see September, October being a lot busier.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch tracking going forward for sure.
That's right. Yeah. That was really interesting, Paul. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's lots of interesting things that are happening in the market. It's created lots for us to talk about, and there's still a lot of implications to come. So I'm looking forward to the next time we chat about this. I'm sure we'll have some good content as well.
100%. I think the next time we chat, the numbers for June will be released. So it'll be something we can talk about, those numbers from Treb and how they compared to previous June, and where things are going.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. That should be an interesting conversation. All right, I'll see you next time, Paul.
All right, talk to you soon.